has been likened to beloved indie developer Playdead's Limbo and Inside almost non-stop science. It was first unveiled, and it's clear to see why. Developed by Jumpership, a studio founded by Playdead's ex-CEO and co-founder, the game adopts an approach to storytelling and gameplay that fans of plays. This acclaimed duo will find very familiar, of course. It brings its own new ideas to the table as well. After all, its director has nothing to do with either Inside or Limbo and puts an introducing twist on the formula with some unique ideas. The end result, Somerville, is a game that successfully captures some of the biggest strengths of its precisely popular genre, and while it does not ever reach the heights of something like Inside, it does make a strong impressions, not non-tables like the games that have inspired in Somerville tells its story. Completely wordlessly, you play as a phaser in a family of four, which includes a dog, and a total living and ideal-like life on a farmhouse in a relatively remote location. In the opening minutes of the game, however, an adopt catastrophe turns their lives upside down as an emissions flood of aliens attacks the planet and begins ravaging it. With its terrifying powers, amidst all the chaos, which includes the phaser having masterfully incarnated some aliens' abilities of his own, it falls to you to not only survive but ensure that your family does as well. It's an incredible setup for the story because it strikes two chords very effectively on a micro-zoomed out of scale, the Viper-side conflict and the mystery surrounding the invasions and the aliens' true nature and purpose is a fascinating part of the story, and some arrival ensures that it's kept uncertain as the progress future by preparing in some unexpected developments, and in the later hours of the game some undoubtedly bombastic moments. Meanwhile, on a much more intimate level, the story of the family and how it's struggling to survive serves as the heart and soul of Somerville, and not just because you have a dog with you, so that is a big factor to go future into why or how any of those two core pillars of the game stories resonate of strongly as you do, which were a little too far into spoiler territory, which is definitely not the way to enjoy this game, but suffice is to say that the game blends these two elements very well. It also deserves props for being able to tell a completely wordless story as well as it does, which in turn means it leaves plenty of things open to interpretation that after all is one of the biggest joys of games, just as one, and Somerville thankfully is very aware of that. The big question that the vast majority of people will be asking, perhaps a bit underplayed for Somerville, is if the story the game tells is as impactful of memorable as that the one say Inside was. My recommendation would be to shoot those questions straight out of your heart before you jump into Somerville. There's a very good chance that no game will be able to match the genius of Inside stories and storytelling for a long time. If ever, and not once did I wonder whether Somerville would be able to do so, and as far as I'm concerned, it does not. Somerville's story is juggling a lot of balls at once, and some of its core story elements feel much more properly than games that it will be compared to, which means that even though it adopts a similar storytelling style with the actual content of its story, it's trying to do completely different things. Depending on your personal tastes, you might find those things to be more engaging than similar games that have come before. I personally did not even thought this. Absolutely no denying that there is a lot of love here, regardless of personal tastes and preferences. The situation is rather similar on the gameplay front, where once again some love takes a familiar framework and adds its own ideas. To expand upon it, there are no tutorials, there is no IE, and the focus is entirely on a cinematic experience where simple inputs and mechanics make up the bulk of the gameplay. You will be solving simple puzzles, engaging in some light platforming, and rushing your way through the social instance. Set-piece sequence, the latter in particular, can be quite instinct and quite a high octane, while landing a nice balance to do narrative side and things which often brings the tensions. And instantly with more intimate storytelling tools in addition to the simple and story-final gameplay. It borrows from Limbo and Inside, however, Summer Live also throws new ideas into the mix, a lot of navigation puzzles, for instance, rely on you using your forwarding newfound alien powers to manipulate external obstacles instantly. Your powers are limited to an ethereal blue glow emanating from your hand that turns solid alien artifacts into a ghostly liquid-like substance, while later on a newly acquired ability emanates. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, and I await you in next video. Goodbye.